Hey, good morning. We're going to the water today.
Yes, we have our second soap from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yes.
We're so grateful you came. Listen, I was at the barbershop a couple of weeks ago just getting my hair cut. And I was telling the person who cuts my hair about our little schmata going on here. And she said, you know what? Do you ever look at bar soaps? And I said, sometimes at the beginning we mentioned bar soaps, of course. And she said, well, my friend Rashaka just had a cancer diagnosis and she started making soaps to both give her something to do and make her feel better and to make her body feel better. Right. She sort of got into self-care a little bit. So she put these in my hand and she said, would you call Rashaka and find out if she might want to have a little feature on your show and take these home, see if you like her soaps. So step one, we love her soaps. The citrus one that we opened and tried is on par with every other soap that we have tried. And I got to tell you, look at how beautiful these are. These are called Candy Rock soaps. She's selling them right now on Instagram. So this is a chance to get in on the ground floor.
This one is called Pink Sand. So if you look at it, it looks like it's in the sand.
Right. Almost looks like a root beer float, but I can tell it's supposed to be the beach.
This is another one, Perfect Man.
Perfect Man.
But I gotta say, the top has some painted gold hand on it, and it's just gorgeous. So
these are $6 a piece right now, y'all. So we're gonna put her Instagram on right now. She only lives a few miles from us.
Yeah, local
So
Oakland.
this is the first time we've on our own discovered a new little budding artisan, or maybe she found us. So head over and check out Candy Rock soaps on Instagram, and I bet you'll like them as much as we did.
And she has body butters and lotion, not just bar soap. She has other fun stuff too. So check it out.
She's just getting started, so not everybody at once, but you know what I mean. All right, so I'm excited today because I was just beguiled by our last Andrea and Evans soap.
Yes, and I think I found this one.
Yeah, how did you find this one?
So I was just looking through, and I happened to pass my eye that it said Boracay. And I was like, I've been there. There can't be the same place, but also, I don't know who else would use that word as a title for their shave soap.
Yeah, now where is Boracay? Let's
It is an island in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, nice. And what brought you there?
We had a family reunion there, and we took up most of the resort with our family.
Remember on the other episode, I said her reunions are held on islands? That was one of the islands.
And I have cousins that actually live on the island of Boracay, so it's really cool because it was probably my first big international trip that we did with family, and there were tons of us. But the water was warm and gorgeous. Like, it was the first time I'd been to that type of vacation, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And that beach has always been very special for exactly that, and the fun memories with just our families dancing everywhere and doing all these cool excursions. So I'm curious. It's been almost 15, 20 years, probably.
My family reunions are like at Golden Corral, y'all, just to give you an idea.
But I'm curious if I take a whiff. I don't know if it'll take me there or not, but I think just, the sentimental value, I couldn't not get it. And it's still summer, so I kind of felt the islandy vibe was...
It is. I love it. Let's meet the soap. All right, so just to give a little insight into our soap selecting process, there are very few rules. It's basically whatever floats your boat. But now we want to be sure that we're putting our shaving budget where we want to. We obviously can't buy everything. But when the label catches her eye and
the story,
and the artisan is somebody that we already know makes amazing stuff.
Or a new one that we haven't done before.
Or a new one that does all those things together. So this is actually step 2, is when we really dive into the website, we read a little bit about the product, and we really make up our mind. So do you want to share this part?
It says fresh, clean, aquatic with hint of sea salt and exotic fresh coconut.
Yeah, now aquatic is an entire category of shave soap scents, but I don't think we have one yet. Do we have like an ocean one yet?
I think it's very mixed with, it has like hints of it, but it's not the main
There's one that was
listing.
like a harvest on a coastline.
Right,
It wasn't like the ocean, right?
No,
this is our first like aquatic.
So, and because even to use that word specifically, so it says, this aquatic will most certainly be a favorite. If you are bored with aquatics, give this a try. This is anything but boring. Tropical, fresh, exotic, and absolutely wonderful.
This will take you to a faraway land of enchantment, sun, and sea.
Well,
wow, sounds like a Disney cruise commercial.
It totally does.
I'm excited. Oh, wow. All right, let's unbox this thing. Okay, let's see what we got.
Okay.
Oh, whoa.
That is fun colors.
Those are way brighter than I thought they'd be.
I hope they come across on camera because, man,
let me move this
I'll try and make sure the lighting is in the right place here.
Wow.
Wow. It's very cool.
Oh, it's just beautiful. Wow. It's the same plastic tub as Asian
Plum, right, yeah. And it got the side label action, which we like.
Side label around here.
Wow.
Are you excited?
Yes.
I love
these are like my favorite
mermaid
teal
anyway,
colors
right?
anyways, so, and the others.
I think it's time. Let's have the first time. First aquatic. What's the ocean smell like for you before we dive into this world of aquatics to start to slowly change your mind?
Well, and so we are lucky. We do live like a mile from
the bay.
Yeah. And
now, we've done the beach and stuff, but that's not the water. That's the beach, right?
And then when I lived in Southern California, it was much more the sandy beach. Like it was a different type of smell. So to me, here is definitely more like the the green trees are around you, close to the water, and it does have the very salty vibe coming in. The wet rocks are there.
Yeah.
But when I think more tropical beach, I do think more of a little like brighter coconutty. Always eating some fruit or something out there.
Right.
Like there is a different scent to me. And the water here is freezing cold, which I feel like smells different.
It's 54 all the time.
Versus like traveling, like you've been to the Bahamas too, right? Like that smells different. It feels different. Yeah. So I think this is what I was hoping would kind of bring that back a little.
I think so too. All right. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Crack it open. Let's see.
All right.
Ooh, A and E.
We're going to show a little.
They have a great YouTube channel too, by the way, if you want to check out some cool Ariana and Evan stuff.
Yes. All right.
Oh, it's a beautiful pour. Okay, you do the honors.
Here we go. Oh, wow.
Yeah? You like it?
I do.
You can tell when the corners of her mouth go up and her eyes get a little smaller.
I totally think ocean mist right away.
I didn't want to stop breathing in.
Like,
wow.
Is ocean mist a thing or what? Because, man.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
I'm totally blanking on the name of the boats, which of course is horrible. We'll show a picture of you.
Special
boats. But there's a little kind of rigging boats with the outer arms that we took to get to the island of Boracay. And I feel like that ride with the ocean in my face is what this smells like.
Yo, it's I'm just letting it wash over me before I try to describe it at all.
It's real. I'm there. It doesn't.
Yeah, if I'm just going to use adjectives and not smells, it is super fresh. It is super clean. It's very strong but very gentle. Think Andre the Giant.
Okay.
Like it's
I would agree.
super present, but you want it all around you. It's not the type that has like an overbearing scent. It's strong.
Yes.
But it's super balanced and it's super inviting.
It's fun because our last one from Ariana and Evans is so different. Like the darker plum sweetness.
Yes.
And this is totally the other spectrum.
Right. You know what I like too is generally for me, when I think sweet, I either think flowers or sweet water. And maybe it's because I grew up in the 80s and, there was that one cologne and everything else. But like a still fresh water has always been for me like the other kind of sweet. This improves on that so much. Yeah. So they like took the scratch and sniff sticker of clear water and they made it like genius and artisan and what's cool? I don't just get ocean. I get other like I don't know. It's not an ocean beach the way I think of it. I think of more. Where was that place that you showed me the pictures of where they just have tables and chairs in the water?
Oh, yes. Villa Escudero is actually another thing from our family. But it's a waterfall that drops down and it's like a cement built tables.
Yeah.
And the water rushes by your feet while you're eating. So you're like in the waterfall going through. But you're literally, they have, instead of plates, they have the banana leaves that you use. So everything around you is just real.
This is great. This is the water. This is the seaweed. Then this kind of takes off from there and there's a little more whimsy and imagination.
But it's a richer smell. Like I don't want to say it's cologne or perfumey, but there's something.
No, it knocks on that door.
Yes.
But it does not go in.
No. It's too real for that, but it's more potent than maybe just plain.
But I'm catching. Okay, so there's the water,
yes.
and I totally get that, and the water and the salt and a little bit of the mustiness of ocean water.
But there's like live.
But then there's something else, a whole second character that's in here. It is a whole. There's Jerry to this Tom.
And on the cover there are flowers. Like I'm getting a sweet or something.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, I wonder if there's a cheat sheet like on the website where they told us what was in here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Fresh Queen. Okay, so here we go. So these are the notes from the website. What do you got?
All right. They list marine notes for sure, which I don't even know how you explain that, but they're there. Ozone, which again, we've had that a few times, and I'm getting...
Somebody said, this was genius, when you're ever near a copy machine, because they, like a big one, like a big old Rico in the middle of an office, they produce ozone. And there's that little bit of that sweet... I used to think it was like toner. It's not. It's ozone. There's like that little bit of a sweet electric sort of smell. Yeah. That's ozone. And I know why they use it here because it's a beautiful smell.
See, and in my mind, I envisioned like when you open the ice machine and you get a whiff of like sort of icy machine. Right. I thought that's what ozone was. Who knows?
And the next one, mineral notes. And see, for me, that's where part 1 ends. That's the end of Act 1. You get the ocean and it's perfect. And then the ocean's got a friend.
So these two, listen.
Yep, here we go.
Violet leaf. Not violet.
Nice.
Violet leaf.
Yep. And see, the rest of these scent notes are what binds together. So those first 3 we read, the marine, the ozone, the mineral. Right. Those first are here, and they're in their own little corner, right? And then we have
violet leaf. Yeah. Fresh coconut.
Right.
Okay, and I feel like that's kind of a something.
Yep.
And then sea salt with ginger and with sage. Like they're friends. There's a
sage is what I was interpreting as a little bit of a seaweed smell.
When you break up sage as like a seasoning.
Yes.
It's that fresh first whiff.
So I think sage is like the smart man seaweed, if you know what I mean. And then what else we got in here?
Indonesian vetiver.
Nice.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Sandalwood and cedar.
Okay, we're going to have to talk to somebody about sending us a few samples of just a straight up vetiver.
Yeah.
And then an Indonesian vetiver. And because Indian sandalwood tends to be a big thing, but we're not sure how that's different than like American sandalwood.
Right. Like, why did they pick that one?
Yeah. I did say that there was like bay leaves as we think of them in Phoenix Shavings Bay rum, and it's not. It's an it's a West Indian bay. It's a totally different leaf.
See, we're learning.
Yeah, like the same scent note, but from different parts of the world are going to smell really different. And I was told coconut's hard to do in a shave soap, but it has a beautiful hint of it here.
It's so funny. Like now I want to try and buy the splash.
Right. So I wonder if there's a little bit of a mystery here. So we've got the marine stuff, and we got that. But the second batch of notes here, violet, coconut, ginger, are they pointing to something? What do you think of with violet, coconut? Like if this is on its own, ginger, sage, vetiver, sandalwood, cedar?
Like without the ocean side.
Could this be the mermaid barbershop we're looking for?
Oh.
Almost. It doesn't have enough of the musky barbershop
right. It would need that undertone.
That would have been cool. What do you think they're getting at here?
It's just, I don't know, like just seeing the label,
right?
What I had in mind.
Yeah.
It's fun because the drawing itself is kind of more of like a punky twist on a mermaid.
Some tattoos.
So I was thinking like, okay, it's got to be like beachy, but there's got to be that extra layer to it. Right. Like I picture this mermaid having a drink on the beach, like she's in relaxation mode.
Right.
It's just a different energy.
Right. And around here in San Francisco, you don't get trees and flowers near the sand. You don't. So when you're on the beach, and especially like if you're on the Bay Trail or something and the tide is out.
Yeah. Be ready.
But when I was other places, like when I got to go to the Bahamas and some other things, there are flowers and trees and woods and things right up to the sand. Right. Like you're right there. SoCal too, you were saying.
And I got to say, until you're there, it's crystal clear. Like you can walk out as far as you want and still see the bottom. It's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like it's bathtub water. You're just hanging out in the water all day.
Oh, this is just beautiful. So if you like your beaches with like the copper tone and the driftwood and stuff, we got you covered in some other videos.
Right.
This is more like an escape to somewhere beautiful and exotic where the trees and the flowers are just as present as the beach and the water. And I have a thought, so we have to go deeper. Sorry, I have thought.
I want to hear the thought.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to convey to you how this is a little different than what we've described so far.
It's still ocean.
Oh, yeah. But strap in. Right. Ready? For my brain, there are certain balances that are done when you're trying to recreate the smell of a real place. And you can get that by going to the real place and kind of, judging where it is. this is not a balance of a real place. This is something to spark your imagination. Mm-hmm. And I so appreciate the artisans that can also take this imaginative group of scent notes and blend it into something that is at the cologne level.
Right.
Because it means
the quality
everything
of what's in
is
there.
Just in a perfect balance of these scent notes. A little turned down, a little turned up.
We didn't make a lather. We got too excited.
Get your bowl.
My bowl. Yeah, I can already smell things happening.
Within that lovely cologne balance, one of the cool things is that the fruits are a tiny bit more dominant than the flowers. I know the flowers are on the label, but the fruits do not let the flowers overtake them in this, which is so nice. And the water doesn't let anything overtake it. So I hope that's a good pyramid.
Right, because sometimes when you think coconuts and fruit and flowers, you think sweet.
Right.
But I don't.
Oh, no.
That's not.
Like tart, maybe, and a little.
It's
I mean,
bright.
Sweet to be sure, but
right,
not,
but it's more bright than it is like.
Yeah. Think of
sweet.
it like that. It's not like a sweet note. It's a bright, sunny note instead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my nose doesn't go like
a little more
sweet.
citrusy type of.
Right. What do you got with the lather? Let's see.
I don't know how, but it blended it more. Like they're more.
Oh, wow. You know what's in here that wasn't in there? Sand. Sand. And I wonder if that's the ozone kind of stuff they were talking about.
Well, and they have like the sandalwood cedar part too. So I wonder if those guys are.
Do you smell the sand? A little bit of an earthiness now.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can see the sand, the layer of the water, then everything outside of the water. And it just goes. Mm-hmm.
There's always the one scent note for me that gets hidden in the lather. And it's there. The wood's there now.
But just a hint, enough for you to be left with a little,
God, that's fantastic.
Smell this against it now. Do that.
Yeah. I get it.
That to this.
It's like this is the animatic and this is the full version of the movie.
Yeah,
right?
now I really want to get the splash.
I know.
I'm like, I would be sad after my shave that I wouldn't have any left on me.
That's a good marker of how good a soap is if we're going, wow, really, we're now.
But I gotta say, it's one of those ones that I think if you were wearing, it would become a little masculine.
You'd
and
catch on to the aquatic if you were wearing it. You grab
get
onto
a little
the fruit
more,
and the flowers, right? 100%.
Like, I don't know. Is that what you smell?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I'm instantly in vacation, like, enjoy myself mode.
Yeah. And we were watching today a couple of interviews with Ariana and Evans and him and his daughter and how she was such an integral part of the company and of the fragrances.
You know, I've got to assume they've been to Boracay.
Right. Because... So when we talk about a masculine and a feminine feeling to this, that's probably where that comes from. Oh, this is just fantastic.
I'm glad we could sneak this in before summer fully ended here because...
This just brings it out. It just brings it out. You know what else I just noticed? This last thought. Sorry to take too much time.
Clearly, when we went deeper, we're going diving deeper.
A lot of times when something has 3 or 4 flowers, they kind of combine to just give me a little, just a slightly syrupy sweet when they're all together, right?
Yeah.
They have figured something out with this so that I have all of that fullness, but absolutely none of that floral overtaking me. So that scent is there. And it's beautifully present, but no, and you can kind of feel things rise to the surface, but nothing peaks, nothing pops out of this and goes, hi!
Well,
there was certain
exactly.
soaps too.
Well, and I wonder because it's violet leaf, if that's somehow they snuck in there.
Oh, it's not like the violet.
Right, I wonder
if... the violet leaf. Ooh.
I'm curious, but as soon as I read that, I was like, that is intriguing.
Yes. And you could traipse through New York City over to Pasteur Pharmacy and pick this up, or you could go down to Boracay and maybe see if they've got one sitting around, but we have an idea on how you might be able to get your own! So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want.
Shave with Aqua de Boracay, and I loved it so much that I may or may not have ordered the aftershave splash.
She did!
I did. But it was a wonderful shave, and this was actually my first to do the Ariana and Evans base to build my lather, and it was lovely. I had enough for everything, and I could have done a second, third shave. But even so, I just felt really protected with that extra layer, and I don't know if it's me getting better building a lather, if it was just the Ariana version. But I have to say, I really did feel good on my legs. And afterwards, I could feel like there was an extra like conditioning on my legs, which was wonderful. So thank you. I really enjoyed revisiting Boracay in different ways. And I love knowing that this is in my shave locker and I can go give a whiff anytime I want.
Welcome to Messages. So we were so excited by these new soaps that our friend Rashaka makes that we wanted to have a giveaway. So this one is called Perfect Man. Gentlemen, you might want to pick this up, and all you have to do is go into the comments of this video and write, "I'd like to try a Candy Rock." Just mention the name somehow, and we will pick a winner a week from now, and we will let you know and send this out to you. And everybody else, let us know what you think of these soaps if you happen to try one. I'm so glad we got this out while it was still summer.
Well, so, you know, I had a hard time because the label is a little risque for some people. So I wasn't sure when I first, but I just had to because it was Boracay. How could I not?
Yeah, there might be boobies on the Barbershop Duet today, but that's okay.
It's a caricature. There's not real mermaids, right? So...
Well, hey, either way, we'll see you next Saturday at your next appointment here at the Barbershop Duet.
And you'll smell better just watching this.